G'day, my name's Shane Goodwin. I've just recently completed the Great North Walk, and I thought I'd put together a couple little short videos about the walk and share with you the experience that I've had. It was quite a difficult walk, quite challenging, but quite satisfying as well. A bit of my background is been adventure guiding for several years now, in Australia and internationally. Probably some of the more international treks that are well renowned are Everest Base Camp and Dakota Trail, Kilimanjaro, as well as doing some mountaineering, adventure leading to places in Nepal. So when I found this quite challenging trip, I guess I just want to share with you, it's not an easy trek. It will depend on how you do it. If you're doing it as weekends, well, it's very achievable for a great range of people. If you're doing it as a through hike, like I did, it's quite difficult. And if you're doing it as a through hike without any food drops, such as I did, it's even more difficult to carry your food the entire way. With all the COVID related things happening, I decided to start from Patonga and walk right through to Newcastle, to Queen's Wharf in one hit. Some of the things, essential bits of kit you should be bringing, some detailed maps of the area, definite itineraries, some, not only GPS, compass, those sorts of things, in case you do become a little bit lost in the bush. Personal locator beacon is an absolute essential. I did this as a solo hike, and I've got various wilderness first aid training. I think that's an essential for a solo traveller. Even in groups of two, you want to be fairly experienced in some first aid application, especially in the wilderness. In larger groups, you may be able to lean on some people around you if you did require some assistance, but definitely personal locator beacon, and you could go one step further with satellite phones if you like. There is a fair bit of mobile coverage along the way, so that you can obviously access that at times, but Murphy's Law is an incident will occur where you don't have any access to any mobile coverage, and that's where a PLB is such a good thing to have. So without further ado, I'll go through a few photos and some videos of what I recorded along the way, and hopefully you enjoy it, and perhaps one day you'll go yourself or join myself, and we'll take you from Sydney to Newcastle.
morning there, guys. Today's day 2 on the Great North Walk. Last night I camped up at Mount Winterburn. A little bit windy last night, not too cold. I had my Mont sleeping bag. It's rated to -7, but I cooked in it and had to take my down jacket off last night. I was joined by a few other groups. One was just doing an overnight trip and they were drinking and playing music, so they were a little bit of a pain. But other than that, we had some other good campers there who were hiking through the Great North Walk in the same direction as me. I got up and left this morning just after 6 and they were nowhere to be seen, so I think they're having a bit of a shorter day today. Misplaced my breakfast this morning. Last night when I put it away, I didn't see where I put it in with my cooking gear. So I just pulled up at 10 to 11 and found that and ate that. I had some snacks earlier in the day to keep me going, but just starting to run out of a bit of energy. Got a little bit of weight still on board. Started out probably around 29 kilos yesterday, so be slowly edging our way down as the days go on. 12 kilometres down today, another 11 to go, and about another 5 or 6 to where I'll have lunch. Okay, well, I'll talk to you later. Day 3 of the Great North Walk. So today I've done 20.5 kilometres already. It's lunchtime. It's just close to 1 o'clock now. Still got another couple of hours after this to get to Arrow Camp. Should bring the total up to about 23-24 kilometres for the day. Yesterday was pretty tough. There was lots of crawling under logs and over logs and a bit of mud about. Made it for a difficult day. In the last climb up to the campsite, there was no water at the campsite, so you had to carry your water, much the same as today. So I've bombed up with water. Earlier today it was really pretty in around Palm Grove area and Palm Grove campsite. Stopped at Summersby store this morning and had a hamburger for breakfast, as you do. Now I'm at Stringy Bark Camp, and just after I have my tuna mornay boiled up on the jet boil and a miso soup, and I've loaded up with water, I'll get going. Tonight there might be a few people in camp. There was a few people in camp last night. One guy from Sydney Uni, another couple stayed at some exclusive lodge for $200 a night. But some guy just passed me. He's started today, and I expect to see him at camp. And I heard there's a few other people up in front of them as well on the Bush Telegraph. So I'll talk to you later when I get into camp.